The Franks, a Germanic people, played a significant role in shaping Europe's history during the Middle Ages and beyond. Their journey began along the lower Rhine River during the Migration Age, a period marked by the movement of various tribes across Europe. After the Roman conquest of Gaul led by Julius Caesar, the Rhine became a defining boundary between the Roman Empire and the barbarian Germanic tribes. Among these tribes were the Franks, initially portrayed by Romans as tall, blonde, and fierce. The Franks emerged as a notable force in the 3rd century CE, although they were not initially a unified people. Instead, they comprised a loose collection of tribes living along the Rhine, such as the Chamavi, Chatori, Bructeri, Salians, Ripuarians, and others. These tribes, often referred to collectively as the Franks, would band together for military campaigns but retained individual identities. The origins of the Franks are subject to various accounts and legends. According to Gregory of Tours, a 6th century historian, they originated in Pannonia before migrating to the Rhineland, Thuringia, and Belgium. However, mythical tales and sources like the Chronicle of Fredegar and Liber Historiae Francorum trace their lineage back to the Trojan War. Legend has it that Trojan refugees, led by King Priam, settled in Pannonia and later migrated to the Rhine under a leader named Francio, hence becoming known as the Franks. While these tales are likely mythical, they were crafted to establish a prestigious lineage comparable to that of the Romans, who also claimed Trojan ancestry. Despite the legendary origins, some scholars argue that the Franks likely originated in the Rhineland itself, rather than undergoing a significant migration. Before their conversion to Christianity under King Clovis I, the Franks likely practiced an ancient Germanic form of paganism. This religion involved worshipping multiple deities, often associated with natural elements like forests, rivers, and animals. Gregory of Tours, a Catholic bishop, described how the early Franks crafted idols from woodland creatures, birds, and beasts, which they worshipped and made sacrifices to. Among the deities worshipped by the Franks, Woden, Odin, held significant importance, reflecting their Germanic roots. Additionally, symbols like the image of the bull were particularly revered. Legends spoke of the Quanator, a sea beast with a bull's head, as the father of the Frankish leader Merovech. Archaeological findings, such as a golden bull's head discovered in the tomb of King Childeric I, further emphasized the significance of this symbol in Frankish culture. Language played a crucial role in shaping Frankish identity. Initially, the Franks spoke a West Germanic dialect distinct from other Germanic languages like Gothic and Old Norse. As they settled in regions like Belgium and northeastern Gaul, interaction with the local Gallo-Roman population led to linguistic changes. In areas where Frankish presence was prominent, Germanic-influenced languages like Old Dutch and Flemish emerged. In contrast, regions where the Franks settled later saw the development of Romance languages like Walloon and Old French. This linguistic diversity, influenced by the early settlement patterns of the Franks, continues to impact the region today. Prior to their unification, each Frankish tribe adhered to its own set of laws, orally transmitted and upheld by a law speaker. However, during Clovis's reign from 507 to 511, a comprehensive civil law code was established for the Frankish kingdom. Known as Salic law, it was named after the dominant Salian tribe and primarily written in Latin. This legal code addressed matters of inheritance and criminal justice and served as the foundation for future European legal systems. Additionally, the Ripuarian law, formulated around 630, emerged as another legal code within the Frankish realm, reflecting the rise of the Ripuarians in the Kingdom of Austrasia. And the Franks first appeared in Roman records around 289 CE, but they had likely been clashing with the Romans for decades before that. References in Roman sources from the 260s mention the deaths of thousands of Franks, indicating ongoing conflicts. Archaeological findings suggest that Frankish raids into Roman Gaul may have started as early as the 250s. By the late 3rd century, the Franks were launching frequent attacks on Roman territories, both by land and by sea. Frankish pirates even ventured into the Mediterranean, raiding as far as North Africa. These aggressive actions prompted Roman emperors to respond with military campaigns against the Franks. In 289 CE, the Frankish king Guinevere surrendered to the Roman emperor Maximian, marking a significant moment of Frankish submission. In 307 CE, Constantine I dealt a blow to the Bructeri tribe by defeating them and throwing 2 of their leaders to wild animals in the arena at Trier. Many Franks were captured during these campaigns, and rather than ransom or execute them, the Romans settled some as laity on Roman land. This arrangement involved granting land within the Roman Empire to the Franks in exchange for military service. By the mid-4th century, entire Frankish tribes were being settled under similar treaties. For example, the Salian Franks were settled in Belgic Gaul in 358, while the Ripuarian Franks were settled along the Rhine near Cologne. This alliance with Rome allowed certain Franks to thrive within the Roman system. Individuals like Melibods, a Frank who became consul multiple times, and Silvanus, a general of Frankish descent, rose to prominence. Arbogast, another Frank, climbed the ranks of the Roman army to become Magister Militum of the Western Roman Empire. He wielded significant power, effectively ruling the empire in place of Emperor Valentinian II. Arbogast's influence persisted even after Valentinian's death, as he installed a puppet emperor, Eugenius, to maintain control. However, despite the success of some Romanized Franks, others continued to oppose Rome. In 388, Frankish leaders Suno and Marcomer attacked Gaul. Nevertheless, many Frankish tribes had become integrated into Roman society, aiding the Romans militarily. For instance, in 451, Franks fought alongside Romans against the Huns at the Battle of the Catalonian Fields. The death of the Roman general Flavius Aetius in 454 marked a decline in Roman authority in Gaul, creating opportunities for Frankish groups like the Salians to assert dominance. By providing protection and employment to the local population, the Salians strengthened their position in northeastern Gaul. Under Childeric I, the first king of the Merovingian dynasty, the Salians emerged as the most powerful among the Frankish kingdoms. When Childeric I died in 481, his son Clovis I seized the opportunity to unite all the Franks under his rule by conquering Gaul. And Clovis, the first king to unite the Franks, began his conquest of Gaul in 486 by defeating Syagrius, the last Roman official in Gaul, and capturing Soissons. He then expanded Frankish influence by campaigning against various tribes like the Alemanni, Burgundians, and Visigoths. Clovis converted to Nicene Christianity around 496, marking a significant shift towards Catholicism and away from Arianism, a rival Christian sect. Towards the end of his reign, Clovis ruthlessly eliminated rival Frankish kingdoms, consolidating power under his rule. At his death in 511, he was the undisputed ruler of most of Gaul. However, his death led to a division of the kingdom among his 4 sons, setting a pattern of unstable successions. Initially, Clovis' sons worked together to extend their father's conquests, but internal conflicts soon erupted. Despite this, they continued to expand Frankish influence, conquering regions like Burgundy, Provence, and Thuringia. Their military campaigns reached as far as northern Spain and Italy, and they exacted tribute from the Saxons. Clothar I, Clovis' youngest son, emerged as the victor after decades of internal strife. He reunited the Frankish kingdom under his rule, but his reign was marked by constant power struggles and infighting. Upon his death in 561, the kingdom was once again divided among his 4 sons. The subsequent years were characterized by ongoing conflicts and power struggles, particularly between Queen Brunhilde of Austrasia and Queen Fredegund of Neustria. These tensions escalated into civil wars and assassinations, lasting for decades. In 613, Clothar II emerged victorious, reuniting Francia and consolidating his power. However, to secure his position, he made significant concessions to the nobility, decentralizing power and increasing the authority of regional elites. Clothar II's son, Dagobert I, was the last Merovingian king to wield significant royal authority. Despite the Merovingians reigning for over a century after his death, their power gradually waned, with the mayors of the palace becoming the true powers behind the throne. This decline led to later Merovingian rulers being disparagingly referred to as do-nothing kings. After the Battle of Tetri in 687, the Kingdom of Austrasia emerged victorious, making the Pippinid or Arnulfing family, who had long served as mayors of the palace in Austrasia, more influential throughout Francia. However, they still governed through Merovingian kings, as the Franks were not yet ready to accept a new ruling dynasty. This changed with Charles Martel, a prominent figure from the Pippinid clan who became mayor of the Palace of Austrasia in 715. Charles Martel's leadership was highlighted by his victory over the Umayyad Caliphate at the Battle of Tours in 732, solidifying his role as the de facto ruler of Francia. By the time of his death in 741, Charles Martel's influence was so extensive that the Merovingian throne remained vacant, marking the end of their effective rule. In 751, his son Pepin the Short secured the support of Pope Zachary to overthrow the last Merovingian king, thus establishing the Carolingian dynasty. Pepin's death in 768 led to the division of Frankish lands between his sons, Carloman and Charlemagne. Charlemagne, also known as Charles, became the sole king after Carloman's death in 771. From his court at Aachen, Charlemagne ruled with the backing of the Frankish aristocracy and the church. Charlemagne embarked on extensive military campaigns, conquering territories such as Lombardy, Spain, and Hungary. Notably, his efforts to subdue the Saxons lasted from 772 to 804, resulting in their incorporation into his realm and conversion to Christianity. In 800, Charlemagne was crowned Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Leo III, further enhancing Carolingian prestige and consolidating Frankish power in Western and Central Europe. His empire, known as the Carolingian Empire, experienced a period of cultural revival known as the Carolingian Renaissance, marked by advancements in literature, music, and jurisprudence. Upon Charlemagne's death in 814, his empire passed to his son, Louis the Pious, who faced challenges in maintaining unity. After Louis' death in 840, the empire was divided among his sons, leading to the formation of East Francia, Middle Francia, and West Francia. These divisions laid the groundwork for the eventual emergence of the Kingdom of Germany, the Kingdom of France, and other successor states. Despite their humble origins as Germanic tribes along the Rhine, the Franks rose to prominence, influencing the development of Europe in various aspects. Their legacy endured through the Carolingian dynasty and beyond, shaping the early Middle Ages and contributing to the formation of European states.